The Boston Celtics currently sit as the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, led by their star duo Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown. The league as we know it is seeing a lot of changes and a lot of parity shifts. The duos we once knew as the best, they're now getting older and falling out of this conversation. Today we ask the question, are Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown the NBA's best duo? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. For starters, let's talk about Jayson Tatum. He has taken leaps every single year on both sides of the ball, and I can easily say this is the best version of JT we have ever seen. He's averaging 30 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists on not the best splits. I think it's 49% from the field and 35% from the three, but he is making up with that with his effort on the defensive side of the ball and his true shooting splits. Tatum puts more effort in than most Celtics on the defensive side of the ball, but when Marcus Smart was the reigning depoy and literally makes his living off playing defense, it's very easy for Jayson and Jaylen to both fall into the underrated category as far as defenders go. Jayson's ability on both sides of the ball could be why he's almost the front runner for MVP, but there's still a lot of season to go. The Celtics, they're coming off a finals appearance and are hoping to make a return this year. Jayson has voiced his eagerness to win a championship on multiple occasions. Even in an interview just a few weeks ago, he said, "Obviously we got close, got to game 6, and we didn't make it happen. So this offseason, everything is just about getting back to that point and getting over that hump. Obviously, we added 2 great pieces that make us a lot better and complement our team extremely well." I agree with Jayson. The Celtics are much better this year than the last, and I'd say the addition of Malcolm Brogdon was one of the best acquisitions of any team throughout the offseason. Them suspending their head coach for the foreseeable future may cause some turmoil come playoff time, but hey, as we speak, they're the 1 seed, like I said. Jayson has such an amazing style of play when it comes to either just being the number 1 guy and trying to be like that Kevin Durant style of unguardable, and it really pairs well with Jaylen Brown because Jaylen Brown has been amazing to start this year. He's carrying all the momentum he had in the finals to start this year, and he's averaging 25.5 points, almost 7 rebounds, and almost 3.5 assists on almost 60% true shooting. And he plays that 1B or 2A option just so well. JB has really shown, like Tatum, so much development in every facet of his game since entering the league. When he first entered the league, I would often see when he was paired up with JT, a lot of fans just labeled him as a slasher who could play some good defense, and this was very true. He wasn't very efficient early in his career, and his game, it didn't look like it was going to expand, at least not for some time. It wasn't until 2019 to 2020-ish where he started to up that three-point percentage to 38-39%, and we start to see him take more shots off the dribble. We start to see him, get into his bag a little bit. And not only this, but when we watch the Celtics offensive more, we saw, like I said, those possessions where Jaylen was creating his own shot and being given the green light by his peers and coaches. This doesn't mean that he's overly obsessing over scoring all the points. Yes, we see those games where Jaylen will erupt for 38 or 45 or almost even 50 points. And while Jaylen doesn't average a playmaker's amount of assists, JB is really quick if you watch these Celtics games to just make the right pass, and that comes with the time he spent in the system. I think a lot of us are forgetting that the Celtics are stepping into the veteran nature of their rebuild. Jaylen has been in the league for going on 7 years, and Tatum has been in the league going on 6. Crazy to think about how the time flew, and honestly, that plays a big part in why we're having this conversation today. Because I'd say the contenders for the best duos in the league when everyone's healthy is Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, Joel Embiid and James Harden, Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, and then maybe you have Giannis and Chris Middleton or Drew Holiday, whoever you'd select to be his 2B or 1B. And I want to say Jokic and Jamal Murray, but it seems like for the last 2 years, Jokic has been a one-man wrecking crew. The duos I just mentioned, not named Jaylen and Jayson, have seen a lot of turmoil, injury, and just overall drama in the last 3 to 4 years. As I said at the start of this video, it's nothing against these guys, it's just that Father Time is undefeated, and eventually you have to pass the torch to whoever is next in line and whoever wants it the most. That doesn't mean that these duos I just named can't win anymore or perform at a high level. I mean, I haven't even mentioned Steph Curry and Klay Thompson or Andrew Wiggins or Draymond Green, whoever you'd say is Steph's dynamic duo, and they won the championship last year. A big part about about being an amazing NBA duo is staying healthy and seeing the floor 82 games a year. Since entering the league, Jayson and Jaylen have both played well over 60 games in pretty much most seasons. For Jaylen, he did play 57 and 58 in the 2020 and 2021 seasons, but aside from that, they've done a tremendous job just staying healthy and active. Now for the verdict. As you all know, the NBA is a league full of parity, for the first time in a long time too. The 1 seed and the 10 seed in the West especially, I'm pretty sure, they're like 2 or 3 games apart. And as fans, we couldn't be luckier. Having said this, the idea, or I guess the era, of having a big three or a duo, a superstar duo, doesn't always lead to championships or finals appearances for that matter. You can have a duo like Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, who, in my opinion, are the best duo in the league if they're healthy, because they're amazing on both sides of the ball. But as I said, a part of being the best duo in the league is staying on the court and winning games. And I know that Kawhi does a lot of load management. I've talked about this a few times on my channel, and that's fine because Kawhi is more than okay with not being the best duo but winning a ring. And he obviously hasn't won one with the Clippers, but it's a good example of like Steph Curry. Do you think he cares if he's being sought after as the best player in the league or as a part of the best duo or being, you know, one of half of the Splash Bros when he's winning NBA championships? Like, these players could care less. Watching the Celtics rally from pretty much the 9 seed to the 2 seed last year and then hit the ground running this year as the 1 seed does help me to make the decision that yes, I think Jaylen and Jayson are the best duo in the NBA right now. They've done an amazing job staying healthy, poised, and winning games. There's never any drama, and they always put the team first. Even when the KD saga happened and you saw Jaylen Brown's name in trade rumors, even the situation with Emeka Udoka, they've just continued to keep their heads up and say nothing but nice things about each other to the media, say nice things about the franchise and the players around them. And most importantly, they're playing high-level winning basketball. Do I have to say it again? They're coming off a championship run. They're the 1 seed in the East. I don't know. What do you guys think? Are Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown the NBA's best duo, or is the recency bias keeping them afloat? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you made it this far, you know I appreciate you. I hope you guys had an amazing Thanksgiving yesterday. I have been, feeling a little sick these past couple of days, probably the last 4 to 7 days, but I'm just going to try to muscle up and just make videos for you guys because it's what I love to do. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.